Vinito. Vasito de vinito.
No, thanks.
Está haciendo mi cara. Hermosa.
Hello, welcome to my live. Today I'll be doing a makeup, a very quick makeup. That's why I'm going to be doing my face. Alexander, thank you for joining me. And my eye makeup at the same time.
So this one will want to eat?
Yes,
What?
serious. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Susie, welcome. Karili, thank you for joining me. Luz, thank you for joining. Leslie, thank you for joining. Okay. So I'll be doing my face and my eyes at the same time. I want it to be quick. Guys, thank you for joining me. Please power tap as you join. So I'm going to be quick. Try to be quick. I'm going to try to be quick. So that's why I'll be doing like my eyes and my face at the same time. So I just moisturize my face. Like I just prep my face. I'll go in with a little bit of this glow primer. Thank you for joining. I'm going to apply this at the high point of my face where I would normally highlight. Then I'll go in with a primer. I'll be using the Face Studio Prime from Maybelline. Lydia, thank you. Patricia, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Fatu. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to take a big brush. Thank you so much, Fatu. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to take a big brush and take a little bit of setting powder. I'm using the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana. I'm just going to apply that on my brow just to get rid of any product, any oil from my brows. I'm going to apply that. So I'll use this Milk Hydro Grape Set. Bintu, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'll just spray my face with this. It's almost finished. It's finished. So anyways, that's why it's coming out like that. Oof, I'm running out of everything. Yeah, I'm just going to just apply that again. You don't want your brow to have oil before you line them. If you do that, your pencil will not really come out well. Sometimes it will just glide upon, pass on top of it without really giving you the pigment that you want. You'll be sliding on top of it. So you want to add a little bit of powder just to get that matte before you go in with your pencil. My home Australia, thank you so much for joining me. Please guys, power tap for me, power tap your screen for me. She also helped me to share the live. Please share. Help me to share the live. before you start lining your brows, you want to make sure that your pencil is really sharp. Let me see. I'll be using this pencil. Just sharpen it a little bit. Now at the front of my brows, I will just make hair-like strokes. When you're drawing your brows, try to be light-handed. Don't press your pencil too hard, especially when you're making the strokes. Just let the pencil do it on its own. Don't press. After doing that, I'm going to line the bottom. And lining the bottom, I'm only going to follow my own natural brow line. Thanks for the flowers, Jamie. Well, I can't say anything about that. So as I said, you need to be light-handed. Thank you. So I'm just starting halfway. I'm not going where I did the hairline strokes and end. That's where I'm going to start to line. Then I'm just linking it with the one at the bottom. So after you draw that, you want to go ahead and fill it in. Isabel Rodriguez, thank you for joining me. Carmen, thank you for joining me, Ma. I appreciate you. Amina, thank you. Carmen Ella, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. You're welcome to my life. So I'm just filling in the back. Jamie, thank you. Okay. So after doing that, I'm going to conceal. To conceal, I'll be using two shades of concealer. I'll be using the Morphe concealer, this one. Then I'll be using the Dior concealer, this one. So I'll be using these two concealers to line my brows. Then you need a flat brush. You need a flat brush like this. I brush this flat to conceal your brows. David, thank you for the follow. Thank you, David. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sandy Gomez, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Like, it's like I'm seeing only Spanish speaking people in my life. Well, I do speak Spanish. Hablo español también, pero yo no sé cómo explicar las cosas bien en español. Pero hablar sí yo hablo. Y solo para explicar que no voy a poder explicar en español. Por eso estoy explicando en inglés. Like I said, I speak Spanish, but I can't explain. I'm unable to explain. I don't really know how to explain well in Spanish. So that's why I'm explaining in English. Okay, I'll take my concealer. I'm going to apply it at the back of my hand. I'll apply a little bit like that. Then after applying that, I'm going to take the light shade with my brush. Then the light shade, I'll use it to conceal this end part, the inner part of the brow. When you're doing that, you want to be very careful because it's easy to clean up the brow you drew. So you want to go slow. You can be in a hurry when you are doing. Juan Antonio, thank you for joining me. Elaine B, thank you for joining. You can be in a hurry when you're doing your home makeup, but when it comes to concealing your brows, try to take your time. If not, it's not going to look neat. Halima, thank you for joining me. Alicia, thank you for joining. Please power tap for me. Now at this front part, Appel Melissa, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the likes, ma. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So after drawing that, I'm going to clean the brush, take the dark shade of the concealer and use it in front. Thanks for the like. Thank you so much, ma. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to use that at this front. Like, you don't necessarily need to concealer to conceal your brows. This is just my preference. It's just the way I like doing it. Okay, after doing that, I'll take a brush, a round head brush, and blend it. I just use it to blend. Akosawa, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you, thank you. Apema Melissa, thank you for the likes. Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, after doing that, I'll go ahead and apply my foundation. As I said, I'll be doing the both at the same time. I'll be using the Dior Forever foundation. This is the one I'll be using today. Mina, hi, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to pour it at the back of my hand. And when you want to start applying, Magic Fingers, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, Mina, thank you. Good evening. So I'm going to use my fingers to apply that. Too close to the camera. I already did my prepping. Thank you, Mina. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to use the foundation to conceal the top of my brows. Thank you so much for the likes. Magic Finger, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. So I'll use my foundation to clean the top of my brow, so it just blend in with my face. Thank you so much, Mina. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just using the concealer, the foundation, to clean the top of my brow. Thank you, Mina. Thank you. I appreciate you. To clean the top of my brow so it will blend with the, what was that? So it will blend naturally. Honey, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Mina. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll go in now with my brush and just blend that foundation. I'm just tapping it into my skin. Thank you so much, Mina. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and add a little bit more of the foundation. Like, you want to always make sure that you're building your product gently. When it's not enough, like when you're not happy with it, you can go ahead and you can always go ahead and add, then blend. So after blending my foundation, I'll go in with the same concealer that I used for my face, for my brows. Fefa, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Constance, thank you for joining. I'll use the dark shade at this area. Another thing, you can first of all go ahead and apply a shade that is almost your skin color. Like this one is a little bit darker. You apply that, then blend it. This is another way you can cover your under eye. blend. And blend, when you're blending, use but a brush to blend it. Because if you use a sponge, it's going to pick up the product. It's not going to cover that much. You can see that coverage. Now my face just have like a plain canvas, so we have to go in and start concealing and highlighting and contouring. Mommy, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Please, guys, power tap for me. I appreciate you. This Mama, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So you can see how that covers up my dark under eye. Then I'll go in with the Morphe concealer. Fatih, hi, thank you for joining me. Rosa, thank you for joining. So now I'm going to apply just a little bit this time around, since I already covered the... Thanks for the like, Fatih. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So first of all, I'll just apply a little bit now to brighten up that under eye, because I already first use a darker shade to blend it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Fatih. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So you want to let that concealer sit while you go ahead and apply your contour shade. For my nose contour, I'm going to use a small brush. So I just get it where I want, exactly where I want it to be. I'm using the cream color from NYX. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, after you do that, you want to take a contour brush. I'll take a flat brush like this. Then you can see your natural dark line. That is where you want to apply. If you want to your cheek to really be pronounced, if you just want to snatch, you can apply it up here. But if you want it to be pronounced, you want to follow your own natural line, which is here. That's where my own is. So I'm just going to tap that up to my jaw, up to my hairline. Now, what I like doing is bring it down. Thank you, ma. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bring that down like that. Like bringing it down like this is just my preference. You can just leave it on a here and blend it to your hairline. Then I'm going to add some here yeah, to give you a little bit of a lift. That it shows like, Mariam, thank you for joining me. It will look like you use the thread to pull it up. So you want to apply it there like that. Thanks for the like, guys. Thank you so much. Like that. Then on your hairline, under my cheek, I'm not going to be applying it because I'm wearing this. I don't want to stain that. So I'm just going to leave it. But normally I'll apply it here to just give me a sharp jawline. Now I'll let my concealer sit there while I'll go ahead and do my, anyways, I'll go ahead and blend out the contour shade. I didn't bring is my blush. Here's that rose. See. So I'm just going to apply my powder blush. Yeah, thank you for joining me. Please power tap your screen for me. Let's take that number up, please. Let's take the number up. So I'm just applying my powder blush. This powder blush I'm using is actually a lipstick from L'Oreal that got broken. So I melted it and put it in that. We're not about to waste any product. And it works perfectly for me for my blush. I have like different color. So with this brush I used to apply, I'll just use it to blend it. So after blending that, I'm going to use the brush I used in blending the concealer to blend. To blend my concealer. I'm going to use a concealer brush to blend it. So what I'll do is I'll just tap. Since I don't have a lot of product, I'll just tap and drag it. Elvico, thank you for joining me. Fatu, thank you. Roma, thank you for joining. Please power tap your screen for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm just using my brush to blend. You can see how it gives you that coverage. When you use your brush, the brush does not remove your product, but the sponge does. So you want to use your brush first before you can use your sponge now to just smoothen it. Enrico, thank you. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. So I'm just tapping it. Like when you're blending your forehead, right? If you have a big forehead, just leave it here. Like blend only where you put it, just to give you a little bit of shine. If you drag it up, your face is going to look like your forehead is going to be the first thing that people will see it when they look at you. It will look so big. So you want to make sure that you stick only around the area where you put it. But if your forehead is small, you can drag it up. So it gives you that sensation of a larger forehead. So now I'll go in with a damp sponge. You want to wet your sponge, squeeze, use a towel to squeeze it. Then use a paper towel to make sure that you get rid of all the water from it before you use it. You don't want to use a wet sponge. It's going to like spoil your makeup, like if I can say so. So you want to use a damp sponge to blend. So I'm going to use the sponge now. I'm just gently tapping. Immediately after I tap and leave it like that, after finish tapping, what I'll do is take my setting powder with a brush and set it. And you want to take just a little bit of powder. And I'm using it to press. I'm pressing the powder into my skin with the brush. So I'm going to tap. Then I go in with my powder. Like I'm pressing the powder in like that. Andre, thank you for joining me. Hefa, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. So I'm just tapping that. And I'm only using the powder. The powder I'm using is the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana. Belen Martin, thank you for joining me. I'm only using that on the areas where I apply the concealer, where I apply the light shade. That is where I'm going to apply, use the powder for. So after doing that, I'm going to take a bronzer. I'm going to take this one. Then with a brush, I'll use it to set the dark areas. And I'm also going to be tapping. I'm going to be tapping it. Just press. You want to press it in. Then I'll take a small brush to set my nose. Gabriela, thank you for joining me. Yolanda, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Please, guys, power tap for me. Let's take that number up. Power tap your screen for me. So you can see the different hash lines on my face. Don't be scared about that. I'm going to fix that. So now I'll take a powder puff, this one, and pick up some powder. I'll pick up the powder. You want to dust off the excess. Then what I'll do is press that in. Like you want to really press it. To make sure that your setting is not going it's not going to move. So you want to really press. So you can see the difference, this area where I've pressed and this one. So you want to do that. If you're not baking, you want to make sure you do this step. To take a powder and press that in. Okay. You can see how flawless that part look. Me, thank you for joining me. Puri, thank you. I appreciate you. Please power tap for me. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Mario Rodriguez, thank you for joining. So you want to tap like that. When you do that, you get rid of the oil that is oozing through your foundation like that. Like my finger actually hurt from pressing. Like you want to feel it, that you're really pressing. Then I'll take a powder blush, this one. Then with another brush like this, I'll use it to set my blush. I'm just tapping that in. Thank you for joining me. So after doing that, I'll take a big fluffy brush like this. Then with a powder that is my skin shade, this one is from Revolution, Makeup Revolution. I'll just take a little bit, dust off the excess. Then what I'll do is I'll just tap that all over my face. So it blend out the different shade. You don't have that harsh lines that was on my face like that. You see how this side is smooth, but this side still have the harsh line. So you want to do that. Amy, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. D, thank you. Thank you for joining my live. Please power tap for me. Power tap your screen for me. So you can look at this side where I've used it to blend, and look at this side. This side is still pronounced. So you want to take a... Kadi, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Take a powder that is your skin shade with a bigger brush and just blend everything. Like if you don't feel your hand hurting, it means you're not blending well. You can see how you just blend everything up. Now I'm going to start with my eye. Now I've finished with the blend of my face. I'm going to set it so it doesn't move while I do my eyeshadow. I'm using the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist from Elf. While I let that sit, I'll go ahead now and do my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, you can use your concealer, or you use an eyeshadow primer. So any one you choose works well. I'll be using this eyeshadow primer. I'm going to apply a little bit. Then with my brush, the brush I used to blend my concealer, I'll use it to blend it. So now go inside this palette, this blush palette, and I'll take this shade to set that up. I'm going to use a fluffy brush like this. You can also use your powder to set. Okay, after setting that, today I'm going to use to do my eyeshadow. I'm going to use the method. It's a hack that they use on TikTok and in short on social media, using a spoon. So I'll be using the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, Warrior 3 palette, this one. Then I'm also going to use the Sweet Pink palette, also by Juvia's Place. I'm going to use these two palettes. Hi Mina, thank you for joining me. Ja, thank you. I don't know if that's how your name Bombay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. How are you doing? Okay, I'm going to be using a small brush like this, then with my spoon. Now, I'm going to place the spoon right here. Let me use a mirror because that's done with this. Thank you for the likes, ma. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the likes. So I'm going to place my spoon in the socket area. Then with a brush like this, I'm going to grab the pink shade that is in the Warrior 3 palette. Now this, you're going to just apply this here. Hi Alejandra. Alexandra, thank you. How are you today? I hope this comes out. Okay, more or less. So then with a small fluffy brush like this, I'll take a lighter pink and blend the upper, just blend it. Of course, Alejandra, why would I remember you? You're you're always on my live stream, so why wouldn't I remember? I do. So I'm just using a lighter pink to blend that. Oof. Okay. I'm going to do the other side. This other side is easier, I think. Yeah, this other side is easier. Thank you, Bombay. Thank you, Bombay, for the likes. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So, okay. I'm just using a very light pink to blend the outer corner. This side it came out better than this other side. I'll start using a spoon for a mirror now. Like this is the effect I was going for. This one didn't came out well, but we're going to work with it like that. So I'm just going back and forth into the two shades. So now with the corner of the spoon, I'm going to take another small brush. And I'll pick up a brown shade. Now we want to put our spoon like, you know what, I'm going to shape this side. This side is giving me, but the other side is not. I'm going to shape it. I'm going to use my concealer to shape that. If not, they will not be the same. The primer I use, sorry. So I'm going to use primer with a small brush. ¿Eh?
¿Allá no conviene algo así?
Sí. ¿No tienes?
No, no, sí tengo, pero no es ahí. ¿La llevo?
Sí. Okay. Thank you for the likes, ma. I appreciate it. Please, guys, power tap for me. Felice, thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'm doing this because it didn't come out, this side didn't come out well. So we're trying to make them, try to make it look the same. Luna, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Lyrica, hello. How are you doing today? Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm just trying to make it the same. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to set that again with the first shade I used to set. So now we are going to use this corner of the spoon. With a dark brown shade. I'm going to put this here like that. Then I apply my brown shade. Then with a small fluffy brush like this, I'm going to blend the edge. Thank you, Lyrica. Thank you so much for the likes. I just take a lighter brown. Hmm. I think that is looking good. That is looking pretty good. Thank you, Lyrica. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm just setting the area with the light shade I used before. Then I'm applying some on the spoon. Because if you do it with that, you're going to clean up the makeup. So that's why I apply some on this back of the spoon like this. Then I'm going to place my spoon there. One thing is you don't want to move that spoon, because if you move it, it's not going to. Please, if I do not mention your name, I can't really look at you guys now, because if I move the spoon, it's not going to be the same. Then I'm taking a lighter brown now. Oh my god. I'm blending it on top. guys. I'm just going to adjust this. This one now is higher than this one. Okay. So this side is really perfect, but this side is too high up. So I'll try to, the only side I can balance is this side. So I'll try to balance this side to look exactly the same like the other one. Thank you, Lyrica. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for the likes. Thank you. So we're going to drop our spoon. Then I'm just using a light shade to blend that. So with a flat brush, I'll take a shimmy shape like this. I'll be using a glue, the glitter glue. Thank you for the like, Lyrica. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Like when you your presence is always felt in the house. Immediately you step your foot, I know you're there. Like for eyeshadow, glitter, you can never go wrong with glitter. It makes your eyeshadow look so nice. Mm. Vida Darlington, thank you for joining me. Afo Mina, hi. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'll go ahead now and apply my liner. I'm using the Essence liner. This one. Thank you, Lyrica. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So these are the lashes I'm going to be using. Like I'm just cutting off the excess, this little part that you have on the lash. Then I'll go ahead and apply my glue. Thank you so much. Actually, the blush I'm using, first of all, I use a powder, a liquid blush. The blush I use is a lipstick that it was broken, so I didn't want to throw it. I melted it and put it here. I use this for my blush, for my liquid blush. Then for the powder blush, I'm using this palette. It's from Technique. If you're in Spain, that is a brand that is in Spain. They call it Technique. This is the palette I use. So you want to get a palette that has different tones. Then you try it and see the one that goes best for you. Okay, wipe. I would let the lash sit for a while, so it gets tacky. When it's tacky, it just stick without giving you a lot of problem. Now I'll go ahead and apply my highlight. The highlight I'm using is the Revolution Super Highlight. This one. This is the one I always use. So I'm going to take it with my finger and apply that on the bridge of my nose. And on the tip. Then with a fluffy head brush like this, I'm going to use it to apply it on my cheek. Alice, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Holly, thank you for joining me. Okay. Nana Abena, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mama, thank you for joining. So I'm going to let that first, leave that alone and try to stick the other side before I will press it down with my natural lash to get rid of this line that you're seeing. So I'm going to just hold it and press it with my natural lash. Hello, Charles. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining my live streams. Please, guys, power tap for me. Power tap your screen for me. So, at the under of my eyes, I'm going to apply a black pencil. I'm going to use a black pencil to line my waterline. Then I'm using the brown shade to blend that. Like to just smoke it, smoke it like. Bombay, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. Fatima Costa, thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you. Apema Melissa, thank you for joining. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. So this is how my face is looking like. I'll go ahead now and do my lips, and that will be it for the tutorial. Hi, thank you for joining me. Kati, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Welcome to my live. Thank you, Melissa, for the like. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Nice, thank you for joining me. Jamila, thank you for joining me. Zosia, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining my life. Thank you, Lyrica. Thank you so much. I'm still here. My God. Okay, that was it for this live video today. Like, this is what I'm looking like. Richard, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Thank you. So tell me what you think about this. Like, I really like the way it turned out. I don't know about you, so let me know in the comments.